Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. We'll go ahead and get started with today's guest. Our first question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is Travis Terrell. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Soundstripe, which is a startup that provides amazing music to digital content creators all over the world. Fun fact, I started the company in the back of my bedroom with my best friends, and now with a lot of luck and a lot of work, we've have over a team of over 70 fantastic people in Nashville, Tennessee.
That is fantastic. I love stories where they start in the garage or in your case, the bedroom, whatever it is. So that's a fantastic story. Thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
Well, question number 2, what's the best thing about working with a team?
Well, I love the quote, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I feel like this is inherently the reason why you work with a team. In my view, it's allowed our vision and mission to really grow into bigger things, into much bigger things than you would have ever thought possible doing alone. So that's one of the biggest things that I love about it. And also it's fun.
It is. It's a lot more fun to work with people you like. Absolutely. Well, question number 3, I've heard from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, well, first I want to make sure that you're not abdicating responsibility here. I know it's not just their job to be engaged, but your responsibility to be engaging. I've found that more than not, when somebody is not engaged, it's usually something that I'm doing wrong. So I have to ask myself, am I communicating? Am I being very clear? Do they know what I want? Do I know what they want? And usually it's that. More times than not, it's my fault. So I start there. If then it's not my fault, then we move on and then we actually talk about it.
I really appreciate your introspection on that to make sure that the leader, him or herself, is taking some accountability for what they can do to influence that either positively or negatively. I think that's fantastic. Question number, what are we up to? Number 4.
Moving right along.
So yeah, sometimes I lose track of which number it is. I just asked the question. What other piece of advice would you have for a leader of a team?
Well, I can say, for me, probably the most important contribution I've made to the company and beyond starting the product and thinking about all of that junk is back in the early days, we came up with a set of 10 core values for the company. And this was literally kind of the foundation, and it basically gave a North Star to how to behave inside the organization. How do you make decisions on hiring and strategy and how do you treat each other and all of these things. And it basically took an objective look and it made decision-making objective and not subjective just based on my feelings for the day. And I can even break a core value. And so I would really encourage people, even, you can do this maybe inside your team. You don't have to be the founder of a company like me. You could be just to have some groundwork, have some sort of rules for engaging. And, we had 10 core values, but maybe there are 3 or 5, or maybe there's a couple of things that even you can break. And that for us, we've made all of our decisions are basically filtered through this. It's kind of our 10 commandments, if you will. And so it's, I would really encourage people to have a vision for that, not just the vision and the mission of your company, or your team, but, really some core operating principles to live and work by.
That is absolutely great advice, and I could not agree more about the importance of establishing those visions and values early in the process like you've done. So well done for doing that.
Thank you.
Question number 5, what other successful team leaders, such as yourself, would you like to recognize that have had a positive influence in your life?
Well, of course, there's always the famous known ones. I really follow Tony Hsieh from Zappos. I really follow Reed Hastings from Netflix. All of these type of figures. But there are a few that I really respect in town in Nashville. There's Tyson Moore. He's the market president of Bank of America here in Nashville. Really respect how he leads. Just tremendous leader. But there's a lot of famous ones too that we can go down. But I would really, he would be a great guest and a great leader and a great person.
Well, definitely, and certainly appreciate you recognizing those people that have kind of helped you and guided you in some way, shape, or form. So, well, last question. Tell us a little bit about your first job.
Well, I grew up in a small town in Mount Pleasant, Texas, East Texas, and my first job was actually, I'm in the music business, and my first job when I was 12 years old was working at a music venue, and I was the popcorn maker, and I made popcorn, and I sold refreshments at the counter, and I was really good at it, and I finally got promoted to running the spotlight at the music venue, and I did that for a few years in high school. So,
wow. So you've been ingrained in the music industry almost from the very first day you were here on earth, it sounds like. So.
Exactly. It really started very, very young. And it's like some reason you can't get out of it. You're just stuck with it.
Well, I'm glad you stuck with it because obviously you're making a contribution in a positive way to the industry and to the world around you. So thank you for those efforts. Well, Travis, thank you for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
Well, obviously my company, Soundstripe.com, you can find us there. But also I'm Travis Terrell on LinkedIn. And I write at my blog, travisterrell.live, Live. You can find my Facebook and all the things there. And I write a little microblog there. So that's about it.
Well, very good. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.